Hi, all. This is for those of you who were unable to make it to our Schoology Phase 2 training. Schoology Phase 2 consists of two main parts. First, the advanced features in Schoology for you to give instruction to students, and then also your staff portfolio. As always, just make sure that you are open to trying new things. If something is getting frustrating, you can always call on me. Remember that Schoology is new for all of us, including myself. But we're going to be looking at those advanced features today. If you are still getting 1,000,001 emails from Schoology, make sure that you have gone through these steps to turn off any notifications that you do or do not want. All you have to do is go to your name in the top right corner of Schoology, click Settings, and then click this Notifications tab. You can decide which ones you do or do not want, or you can simply just turn off all notifications. If you ever share or assign anything to Schoology that is Google Drive related, make sure that it is open to view by any RISD person so that your students can actually access what you are giving them. Hopefully by this point, you have set up your gradebook. If not, there is a link here for you. By the way, the link to these slides is up in the top right corner of each slide. So there's a link that you can click here to get the step-by-step instructions for how to set up your gradebook to pass back to focus. But if you would like some one-on-one time, please contact me for extra support. Same with GoGuardian setup. There is a link here for step-by-step instructions, but I am happy to help one-on-one and with any of these things. Okay, so the first advanced feature we're going to talk about in Schoology is asynchronous learning with completion rules. Asynchronous learning with completion rules is perfect for whenever you have students who are working independently while you're pulling small groups, or for those days that you might be out for the day. So the first thing you need to do is go to Schoology and open one of your courses, whichever course you want this to be assigned to. Also, just a pro tip, if you don't want your students to have to click through the learning folder to find today's day and the work for today, you can create a page for the students to be able to click today's learning, and it will take them directly to where you want them to go. So the way that you do that, all you have to do is add materials, add page, and I'll show you how this looks. I just named it Daily Agenda, and these are the simple pieces of information that I put on there. The way that I linked to today's learning is I highlight those words, click this inline link, and it already gives you the option to link directly to course materials. So you just decide what today's materials are. So let's say I want to be linked to week 5. I'll just select that little circle and then click select. So now that is linked there. Save changes. So now when students open up their Schoology, all they have to do is click that and it'll take them directly to today's learning. You see that I'm at week 5. Okay, so with asynchronous learning with completion rules, any assignments that you want students to do on their own during this time, whenever you're pulling for small groups or if you're out for the day, all of those things need to be put into one singular folder. So for example, I want my students to complete all of these assignments during our individual instruction time while I'm pulling small groups. All of these things need to be done. Okay, that's the first step. I have put them all into this folder. Once they're all in one folder, then you're going to click the settings button and then click this button that says student completion. There are quite a few options here. Firstly, if you want students to go through your assignments in a specific order, click this button, and they must do it in the order that you choose. This is perfect for any step-by-step assignments that you have for them. Then you'll go one by one to each assignment. So for example, this is a discussion board, and then choose the criteria that students must meet in order to move on to the next piece. So in my discussion board, I choose that students must post a reply. For my page, that's what this icon means. This is a page, so it's just consumable content. The only option I have is to have them view the item because there's nothing for them to turn in. For any assessments, I can do a few things. I can either have them just view it, which I'm not sure, that might be helpful sometimes, or they just need to make a submission, or if I want them to show mastery, I can decide what % grade they need to get in order to move on. The great thing about this is if they do not score that, they can't move on to the next item in their list until they have talked to you and gotten access to retry. For any sort of Schoology assignment, you can make them make a submission, or if there's criteria, you can have them score something. For any links, must view the item is the only option you have. Once you've decided what criteria you want them to meet, you'll just click that Save Changes button, and you'll know that it's ready when it has this check mark must complete. On the student end, it'll look like this. They'll go to their course, click Today's Learning. So once those students get into that folder, they'll see that assignment. They can click into it and they can see all of the pieces, but you'll notice that they are grayed out unless they have completed the criteria. So the student must put a post. I'm just showing you an example. They must post in this assignment in order to move on. So you'll see that it's now blue. They must meet the criteria in order to move on to the next thing. Perfect for whenever you're doing small groups, perfect for whenever you are out for the day. So that is asynchronous learning with completion rules. The next item I'm going to show you is the differentiation options in Schoology. So again, in Schoology, I'll click back to my account. You'll open up a course, and one of the options that you have is grading groups. In order to do that, you're going to click the Members button, and you'll notice I've already created these groups. So grading groups are just exactly that. They are groups of students. If you need, like I have a group of students who are doing oral admin, or I have a group of students who happen to have all of the same accommodation, this is great for that. So in order to make those groups, you're going to hover over here to where it's got this dotted box and click Add Grading Group. You're going to name your group, and you're going to select the students who belong in that group and create grading group. Now you'll see that it will label those students with those grading groups, but only you can see those labels. Students cannot see these labels, so they won't be pointed out to other students. Only you can see these. All right, cool. Now I got groups. What does that mean? All right, so the next thing that we will see is how to assign something to just those specific grading groups. So on an assignment, whenever you're in this dialog box, there's an option down here that has 3 circles. It says individually assign. Whenever you click that, another box appears that says assign to, and you can start typing in the names of those groups, and that will only assign the assignment to those specific groups. Or you can choose specific students, however you'd like. The groups are there so that you don't have to remember every single time which students need the oral admin, which students need an accommodated text. You'll already have those groups, and you just have to select them. The way that you would do that as far as making sure that each student has a version of a specific assignment, you'll see I made a folder here and I have 3 different versions of the same assignment. So they're all getting poetry assignment, but they're getting different versions. When you name the different versions, make sure that you do not put in the name poetry assignment inclusion, poetry assignment oral admin, because the students will see the titles of the assignments. So I suggest just putting A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Students know that there's different versions, but they'll think, oh, it's just so that I don't cheat or something like that. So you'll see I assigned each one of these to different groups and different students. So that is the differentiation options. Feedback and rubrics. So in Schoology, there is the option of adding a rubric to any assignment. So all you have to do for that is within the assignment dialog box, right here where it says scale rubric. So here at this scale rubric, there's a drop down and you have the option to create new or select one of your previously created ones. So once you've created a rubric, it will save to your bank of rubrics. So if you, for example, do the same kind of assignment like an ECR, SCR, you can use that same rubric each time. So I'll save changes. Now, whenever a student submits an assignment, I'll show you what it looks like. Here's my rubric. When they submit an assignment, I can see up here in the top right corner the rubric. So all you have to do to grade that assignment is click the criteria that the student earned from that rubric and click save, and that assignment is graded. When the student looks at that assignment and checks out their grade, they will also be able to see that rubric in the same way. So they can look up here in the top right, oh, my teacher gave me these, and this is why I have the grade that I have. Pretty quick, pretty easy, and it's a good way to make sure that you are grading equitably. Okay, so here on slide 10, you'll see that I have a link to a teacher checklist. This is not required. It is a resource for you if you want to continue learning more about Schoology. I cannot take credit. This was created by somebody else within the district, but it is an amazing resource for you to continue learning, and it is leveled for you if you would like. It is full of tutorial videos for each little piece. All right, so we're going to move on to the next section, which is teacher portfolios. So teacher portfolios, if you were here last year, they're going to be done in the same way. So first thing, these are the goals for your teacher portfolio. These are your options. You do not have to create your own goal. The district has provided the goals that they want you to choose from. So you'll select one of these goals. You'll need to speak with your evaluator. So that is the admin that is in charge of your T-tests. And then you're going to create your portfolio. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. So back on Schoology, all you have to do is click your name, click your profile, and then underneath your picture, click portfolios. If you were here last year, you should have last year's profile already there for you. Portfolio. Then you'll click this big button that says New Portfolio and name it. You can either name it with your goal or you can name it with this school year. And then in the description, you can put your goal however you'd like to describe it. In the image on slide 16, there's a link here that says Portfolio Cover Image Icons. You're going to open that and download whichever image corresponds to the goal that you chose. So if you chose collaboration goal 1, you're going to download this by clicking these 3 dots and download. And then you're going to go back to your portfolio, click edit portfolio image, and upload that image, which should have saved directly into your downloads. So now it'll have that as your portfolio image. That is all I'm asking you to do for now. Whenever you create your Eduphoria goal with your evaluator, you're going to link your portfolio into that goal, and I'll show you a slide that shows you where. But all you have to do is click these 3 dots, share portfolio, and copy and paste this link. So where that's going to be, on slide 19, there is a picture. Whenever you're doing your goal setting with your evaluator, there's a section that says uploaded evidence. You're going to click the blue button that's the little plus, title it Schoology Portfolio, paste your link in the description, and then upload that image, that same portfolio cover image right here, and upload that. That will serve as your evidence for this year. So just to give you a recap of what the guidelines are for that portfolio, you will have 4 pieces of evidence submitted in that portfolio for the whole school year, showing growth towards the goal that you chose. So that's 1 per quarter. The good thing about this year, that is a little bit different from last year, is that we will have specific checkpoint dates in which you will create and upload evidence into your portfolio. That way we are all on the same page and we ensure that we are all submitting evidence each quarter. Just a heads up that your goals and the links to the portfolios are due by the 23rd, which is a Monday. Again, you will have at some point a meeting with your evaluator about creating those goals, but linked here are slides for setting up your goal in Eduphoria. There's also a worksheet in creating your goal, courtesy of Crystal Yao, for those of you who know her. But please reach out directly to me if you have questions specifically about your Schoology portfolio and creating that Schoology portfolio that I just showed you. And that is it. Just a quick little look ahead. The next training is going to be Schoology Phase 3, and that is specifically going to be about student portfolios. So teachers have portfolios, and this year students will have portfolios as well. Much the same fashion, they'll be showing growth towards a goal that they choose. There are 2 different types of goals that they'll be working towards in their portfolios. One is their Life Ready goal, which will be connected directly to their graduate profile. And the other is a data goal, which will be connected to one of their core contents. You'll be learning about this on October 11th. I will be providing you all of the materials on how to teach students how to do this, and the training for the students will be rolled out during advisory. If you have any questions about anything we went over today, please reach out.